In this battle, he's backed up by his Wuji sect mate named Mei, who also exhibits formidable combat abilities despite her young age. With the help of the duo, the Song dynasty are slowly able to turn the tables around.
多少兵马？报！将军，迎！护城！门破了，敌军攻进来了！
Amidst of the ongoing conflict, a female warrior from the D tribe engages in a duel with General Chuan. Witnessing the general struggling to fight her, Jun Bao decides to intervene and assist him. However, the female warrior abruptly retreats, expressing her disinterest in fighting him. Unbeknownst to the Song forces, her actual mission was to secure a particular item. After successfully obtaining it, she promptly delivers it to the prince of the D tribe. It turns out to be a key that can break the seal binding the demon sect master. Just then, the D soldiers stationed within the city alert them of a powerful arrow launched by the Song dynasty. The arrow narrowly misses its intended target, Prince D, and instead strikes their flag. Seeing this, the female warrior advises the prince to retreat, asserting that they've got what they wanted. The latter obliges and orders a swift retreat for all his troops. In the meantime, two enemy soldiers abduct Mei and take her along with them. As her cries reach Jun Bao's ears, he quickly mounts a horse and pursues the kidnappers into the forbidden territory of the Insect Valley. Upon entering the forest, the enemies encounter an unusual occurrence. Their horses suddenly come to a halt and react with fear, throwing the riders to the ground. In an unexpected turn of events, the ground beneath them begins to crumble and one of the soldiers is pulled into the surface. Not long after, a giant silkworm emerges from behind and kills a soldier. It then lunges towards Mei, but Jun Bao arrives in the nick of time and rescues her.
把我是没想动手，那就别怪我不客气了。那么大蚯蚓人！
He then prepares to confront the massive worm, when suddenly, a mysterious woman appears out of nowhere and soothes the creature with a flute. The woman, Yu Er, explained that the forest was the territory of her pet, giant caterpillar, and Jun Bao shouldn't have entered the forest without permission.
擅闯虫谷禁地，本该惩罚你们。
是那个大蚯蚓先要吃我们的。
But since he was forced to enter it to save Mei, she was willing to let him go this time as long as they left immediately. Meanwhile, within the city walls, Wei Lin Chuan went to a city official to inquire about the reinforcements. But the official nonchalantly replied that the reinforcements would never arrive, much to his surprise. He tried to explain to the official the situation they were currently facing. Even if they managed to defend the city now, they wouldn't be able to survive without help if the enemy continued to attack in the future. But the official remained unmoved. He was even annoyed that Lin Chuan interrupted his lunch. At this moment, Lin Chuan realized he would not be able to change the official's mind. So, without further ado, he withdrew and let the official continue his lunch. Then Jun Bao met Lin Chuan to invite him to drink some wine. They were indeed childhood friends. It's just Jun Bao was more interested in entering the martial arts college, while Lin Chuan preferred to enlist in the military. And now, after seeing his best friend's prowess in fighting, he thought of taking Jun Bao into the army. He believes his presence on the battlefield can help the kingdom defend its territory from enemy attacks. But unfortunately, Jun Bao rejected his offer outright, arguing that he had no interest in being on the battlefield all the time. And he still refused, even though Lin Chuan had begged him. The scene then shows Jun Bao visiting an old man in prison for the past 12 years. The old man was none other than the great enemy of the Wuji sect, and the figure Prince D wanted to free the demon sect master. Kuei Tian Xing Jun Bao.
有的人或至阴至邪呀，我只信奉一个道理，那就成功不也。
had often come to the prison to ask Tianxing to teach him the fighting techniques of the demon sect in exchange for wine. The Wuji sect forbade the students to learn and practice demon sect moves, but Junbao didn't care. Moreover, the day of the sect leader's selection ceremony will be held soon. He felt the new moves would be useful for him to win the selection. No other candidate would have thought he would use it. Indeed, the selection of the leader in the Wuji sect required the candidates to compete in the arena. And whoever wins the selection is the one who will become the new sect leader. When the selection day arrived, the second senior student became the strongest candidate to become the new leader, especially after successfully defeating the other participants. But just as he was about to be sworn in, Junbao, the first senior student, finally appeared at the last second, forcing the fight to continue. It didn't take much effort for Junbao to defeat his opponent. He could trounce his opponent with a single demonic move he had learned. The sect elders didn't like to see his technique. They denounced him, warning him never to learn and use the skills of the demon sect again. But here, Junbao argued that one could learn any martial arts because there was no such thing as a noble or evil technique. What matters is the heart and intention of the user, not the technique. But the elders ignored the principle because all they cared about was their own ideology. As a result, the event was disbanded because both parties insisted on their respective views.
叫武功，只是有点像而已。只要是心正，那就是正派的武功。我觉得呢，这世上的武功啊，师傅，
天地正邪，善恶明辨，全宝，
还将天机玄铁匣的钥匙。
哎，你别血口喷人啊！
回头再说吧。
After everyone left, Junbao chose to relax while joking with Shirmei. But a moment later, the smile on his face disappeared as he realized the key to the prison the sect master had entrusted to him was missing. Meanwhile, at the demon sect headquarters, Yu Er, daughter of Tianxing, who temporarily replaced her father as sect leader, was furious after learning that the sect members were secretly cooperating with the D tribe. And now, the D tribe came directly to her, asking for her cooperation in destroying the Wuji sect that had always protected the city. If she was willing to help them, Prince D would give her the key to free her father. Yet Yu Er refused to be their ally. And as soon as she declared her refusal, one of Prince D's men immediately attacked her with a deadly blow. Her subordinates knew the poison would kill her in 3 days if she left untreated, but they didn't move an inch to help her, as they had already shifted their loyalty to Prince D. She realized that she had no hope if she fought against them alone. So, she chose to run away. The next afternoon, Junbao did his daily routine by walking around while drinking wine. And after walking so far, he found Yu Er leaning against a bamboo tree. Her condition worsens because of the poison that has spread to her body. But fortunately, Junbao, as a senior in the sect, always traveled with Wuji-style yin-yang pills that were effective in curing all kinds of poisons. Then he gave it to her. Slowly but surely, the poison in her body disappeared after she drank the medicine.
任何毒，我现在帮你解毒。凝气聚神，力守丹田，胸腔出阴。
Later that night, the combined forces of the D tribe and the demon sect finally attacked the Wuji sect headquarters to free Tianxing. And worse, there wasn't a single person from the Wuji sect who could stop them. As a result, the attackers could free him without encountering significant obstacles.
热闹了。
奉弟子之令，
正好活动活动筋。老朋友，不后
回头是岸，因果循环不止。
不回头。
At the same time as the attack happened, Junbao was chatting with Yu'er, who had recovered. Shirmei told him what had happened at their base, and he finally rushed back there. But unfortunately, he came too late. All the students and elders had been slaughtered, including the sect leader.
还能与我不相上，是武林第一呀！
还你钥匙，
你师傅，
钥匙怎么在他们那儿？
快去看看你师傅吧。
师傅！
But before he breathed his last, the leader gave Junbao a plaque of sect leader, saying that he and Shirmei were the last descendants of the Wuji sect. Therefore, they must survive and continue to live by upholding goodness. As the days passed, Junbao finally realized that the key he was holding was stolen by the D tribe warrior while they were fighting. But even if he realized that now, it was already too late. He could not turn back time or bring back all his comrades and elders who had been killed because of his carelessness. All he could do now is carry out the last message from the leader. Move on and do good in life. Then when night came, Tian Xing, who had been freed, met his daughter, Yu'er, and asked her to return to the sect with him. But of course, she did not immediately accept his invitation. Instead, she informs him of the betrayal of their people in favor of the D tribe, who she suspects are planning to use her father's power to rule the country after eliminating the Wuji sect. But apparently, Tian Xing didn't really care about all that. He still holds a grudge against the entire kingdom, particularly the 8 martial arts sects that tried to eliminate the demon sects simply because his martial teachings were out of the ordinary 12 years ago. His wife even had to sacrifice herself to save Yu'er back then. Even so, Tian Xing returned to headquarters to warn his members who had betrayed the sect and almost got Yu'er killed. But he is interrupted by the arrival of the masked man from the D tribe, who demands that he cooperate with the tribe in eradicating the 8 sects. He insisted that Tian Xing owed the tribe a favor, so he had no right to refuse their request. Unexpectedly, Tian Xing responded by throwing a sword at him. But the sword can be caught and bent easily by the masked man. On the other hand, Junbao, who held a grudge against the demon sect, finally decided to ask the heads of the 8 sects for help while gathering for a meeting. However, after he gave his greetings and told them the purpose of his arrival, none of the 8 chiefs responded. It was because they had all been killed by Tian Xing, who then appeared in front of Junbao. Enraged, Junbao directly attacked the demon sect master, and a fight ensued.
这不错的招，是上师，再教你几招。你的狗！
Fortunately, when he was about to lose to Tian Xing, Yu'er came to stop their fight before telling her father that Junbao had saved her life before. Hearing that fact, Tian Xing couldn't help but let go of him. But just as he and Yu'er were about to leave, the masked man reappeared and blocked the exit, forcing him to fight.
不听话的狗始终利用你解决。我倒要看看，是不死穴，到底哪个更强？你的七煞诀。
After exchanging attacks for only a few moments, Tian Xing lost the fight. Seeing Tian Xing lose, Junbao took his place and fought the masked man. But he was also no match for the masked man, even though he managed to remove the mask. And how surprised he was when he saw the face behind the mask. It turned out to be his childhood friend, General Wei Lin Xuan. This is where it was finally revealed that the person who stole the key was Lin Xuan, who threw it at the female warrior. He did that betrayal because he was fed up with the corrupt officials who seemed to no longer care about the fate of the people and soldiers, those who allowed the invaders to enter the Empire's territory. Yet, Lin Xuan was still willing to give Jun Bao a chance to follow him. Together, they can conquer the world. The offer was rejected by him. He thought if he had rejected Lin Xuan before, why should he accept him now, when he looked like a dangerous lunatic? Shi Mei was also annoyed with Lin Xuan, and she wanted to shut his mouth by killing him. But unfortunately, he was able to thwart her attacks with ease. He even strangled and poisoned the poor girl. Seeing that, Jun Bao tried to help her by beating Lin Xuan repeatedly. But that too ended in vain. In fact, it was he who was beaten by Lin Xuan. At this point, Tianxing seemed to realize that they would not be able to win against that monster. So, he called a giant caterpillar and told him to take Yu Er, Jun Bao, and Shi Mei away while he tried to fight Lin Xuan with his remaining strength. But he ended up dying at the hands of Lin Xuan. The tragedy still continues, however. Shortly after they escaped, Shi Mei could no longer endure the poison, and she died in Jun Bao's arms. The next day, Jun Bao seemed to be trying to calm himself down near Shi Mei's grave. But the enemy seemed to refuse to give him a chance to rest, and this time he had to face the two main warriors of the demon sect at once. And they attacked him mercilessly until one of their attacks sent him flying into the river. But here, Jun Bao finally got the peace he needed. He remembered the words of the sect leaders, Yu Er, Tianxing, and Lin Xuan, giving him inspiration on what to do. Then suddenly, two fish representing Yin and Yang swam around him. And somehow, it made him able to awaken by mastering all Wuji techniques and dark Tai Chi. Then,
还神，水火相会，阴阳互济，只有保持此正血，无极之道，才能顿悟出真。
with his newfound power, he defeated two of his enemies. The scene then leads us to Prince D praising Lin Xuan's work. Their strategy and strength crushed the 8 major sects that played a dominant role in the country. Tomorrow, Prince D would begin his assault on the Central Plains and wanted Lin Xuan to be one of the army's leaders. But Lin Xuan didn't want to be Prince D's subordinate because he already had his own plans. After this, he eliminates all the D tribe members one after another. While he goes after the prince, Yu Er intervenes and engages in a battle with him. Shortly after, Jun Bao also shows up and urges his childhood friend to choose the path of righteousness. However, General Chuan, who has experienced numerous betrayals from the world, rejects the offer. This leads to a fierce duel between them. As the fight intensifies, the giant silkworm appears in support of Yu Er and Jun Bao. The creature ejects white silk balls from its mouth, ensnaring both the men within its strands.
谢谢注意肉。
General Chuan is awed by the silkworm's incredible power, so he tears through the silk ball, ascends atop the creature, and grabs its heart out. He believes that eating its heart will further increase his strength.
残经到手了。
收手吧，要不然你现在血脉已经是梵天任忘了。
Just then, a large rock falls from above, hitting both Jun Bao and General Chuan and rendering them unconscious for some moment. Upon waking up, they resume their battle until General Chuan is poisoned by the silkworm's heart, ultimately resulting in his death.
经脉尽断而亡。如果你再运功，体内的毒都逼了出来，桃花遍地，天下太平。
In the final scene, we see Jun Bao and Yu Er parting their ways forever. Yu Er embarks in search of a peaceful place, free from conflict, while Jun Bao decides to embrace the present moment, leaving the past behind and making the most of whatever life may bring his way.